Hello. Good morning, Lisa. How are you?
Good morning, Madeline. I'm doing great.
Good. I'm so glad. So I'm Rajanera Madeline, and we're recording again with Sister Love Connection or Collection or whatever we'll call it on Beloved Essence. You'll find this on the Beloved Essence YouTube page and also on the Facebook page and on Lisa DeLong's page if you want to review this at any time. We have been doing this for some time, and we just get together and see what falls into place. So how are you, Lisa?
Doing well. I have been really processing a lot of the energies and the what we're supposed to do from last week's, and that was take on the ugly. So the ugly wants to show up, and I've been taking action and dealing with the ugly right away, and I feel so empowered when I do that. It's amazing just how empowered you can feel when you just take on the ugly. So it shifts your energy inside, and you get to process that lesson or what you're teaching, and are getting that memory out of the cellular structure. So it's been a kind of a wild ride with taking on the ugly.
And it's self-work. It's inner self, dive deep healing work. That is what's being energetically offered to us to be able to move into that cleansing and purging and releasing easier than what normally would be because of the event that we had of the 528 hertz love frequency event that carried us through all the past couple of weeks and still going on now, just moving into different phases. But it has kicked that off, and that's what we will be noticing, all of us. Different things will surface. And this is not the beat yourself up time. This is the, I didn't realize I've been like that. I didn't understand that that's actually not only me being not so loving with my thoughts or feelings to someone else or something else, but it's also going to reflect back on me even worse. So I'm so grateful that this energy has shifted into a space where we can look at ourselves without being afraid to do it. Because we have support. We have love and support. And I know St. Germain is always with us, working on all kinds of things. A lot of people don't know who St. Germain is, but it doesn't matter because he knows you. So he's been with us and worked for us for longer than what we can probably number in years, actually. So one of the beautiful ascended masters from the invisible helpers realm.
Yes.
That we have a lot there.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
So from our event, we had about 11 days that we were going to be intensely purging and cleansing, etc., by, again, creating the 528 water to sip on and drink, to create the love energy that radiates out from us through our home and through our community or our workspaces. And again, I want to congratulate everybody for getting that done and participating in it, you know, even though it was very fatiguing, etc. When the ugly showed up, you know, again, taking it on and seeing what you need to process. Madeline and I say a lot that what we do as one or a group of 6 or a group of 10 is magnified, and that's what we're doing. We're still magnifying to the 10,000s, to the 100,000s. If I'm doing it, there are 10,000 other women that are doing exactly the same thing. We're quantumly connected, energetically connected, but we may not know of each other. So again, you have that support. You have the community that is working for you in the unseen realms, just through the quantum physics. So.
It's true. It does magnify. It does intensify. And you said 10,000 other women. And I know it's like, well, that happens for men too.
Mhm.
The women part surfaces first because we're working on reawakening and rising that divine feminine aspect that has been squelched for so long and has been so mistreated and so shut back, pushed down, talked bad about. But the male energy carries a divine feminine also, and it's about the balance of the two. And with this love frequency of the 528 hertz that we have been working with, it's perfect time to allow the balance, especially for the men. It's like, so what if you feel emotional about something? It's okay. Now's the time. Go ahead and release that and start to work on the healing, the deep inner healing of your soul, of your spirit, of your all of your levels of your bodies. So, and hopefully there is a beautiful woman that is with you that understands it and can help you move easier into understanding that it's upright to be the true divine you. Okay,
Yeah.
there that is.
Yeah. Yeah, and thanks for expanding that. I appreciate that. As we've been doing our work, and we are still continually working with the water. I'm still working with all of my partners on this, and it's been still enlightening, you know, again, shifting the water, shifting the ice, shifting the vapor. And again, a lot of recreation is happening and rediscovery of the divine soul and how we are participating in this entire event. And again, you don't have to know much about it. Just know that you are participating. So, and that's a big sharing. I've been sharing a lot about people going and investigating the music of the 528 hertz so that they can begin this journey, even if it only means that they're listening to the music for 5 minutes and then they're complete with what it is. They've tapped in, they're connected, and we can allow them to heal and create as they choose over the time that they need to. On our last visit, we talked about how this is going to be moving through the equinox. So again, keep on doing your work, you know, and understand the fatigue is normal. And you can always, again, fill up your energy source with the love from the universe, all by tapping in and just realizing that you do deserve to be filled up again, and letting the love go so that cycle can be recreated over and over again for you. So.
Exactly. I'm just noticing out my window is every time we get together, Lisa, to do these calls, the little birds start showing up. They're just like, they're here and they're trying to get in the window again. It's kind of like, oh, hello.
Yeah.
It seems to be every time thing. It's like they come right in. They're little bitty, but they just show up. So I was going to say something about, we've moved now into into the full moon stage of the Sturgeon Moon, and that moon, the full moon, is tomorrow. And so I was looking up about exactly what does that mean, Sturgeon Moon. That was kind of like, is that somebody's name? You know, what is that? And so I'm going to read to you. I'm going to look at my computer and read to you what it says. The full moon in August is called Sturgeon Moon because of the great number of this huge freshwater fish that could once be found in lakes and rivers in North America. So here we are back to the water and the animals in the water, the fish in the water, and how that carries. Other names for the full moon include grain moon, green corn moon, full fruit moon, and barley moon, all inspired by various crops that can be harvested in August. So that's pretty neat. The lake sturgeon has a greenish gray color and a pointed snout with 2 pairs of whisker-like tactile organs dangling from their mouth. So the snout is long, the snout is here, the mouth is back here, and they have like, it's kind of like short little octopusy things
Yeah.
coming off of the underside of their snout.
Yeah, little
before
whiskers.
their mouth. Yeah, little whiskers. It is sometimes called a living fossil, as it belongs to a family of fish that has existed for more than 135 million years.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's an ancient, a beautiful ancient. Can you imagine what wisdom and energy they carry? And they're connected to this moon.
That's right.
Lake sturgeons are extremely long-lived. The males can reach 55 years, while females can live up to 150 years. And they can grow to be enormous. They are the American continent's largest fish, and can grow to over 2 meters long, which is 6 feet, and weigh about 90 kilos. Look at them. 90 kilos, which is 200 pounds. Lake sturgeons do not only live in lakes, they also live in rivers, but not in the ocean. This monster fish can be a major part of the ecosystem in North America's Great Lakes, Hudson Bay, and in the Mississippi. And they were once found all the way from Canada to Alabama. Today, the lake sturgeon has become one of the rarest fish in North America because of intense overfishing in the 19th century, pollution, and damage to their habitat and breeding grounds due to agriculture and lumbering. So that's a major reason why we've been working on the water.
Yes.
Because this beautiful creature, 135 million years, been on this planet. Did anybody even think this planet was that old? I don't think they give it that much credit for being that old, do they?
They don't, yes.
Surprise. What kind of surprises are always going to happen, Russ?
Right. And again, how old are our souls? How long have we been in the realm of existence with God? And how many times have we been recreated? And to do our work here, to do God's work, to do our work for the universe and for the ascension of humankind. So
it's a great thought. That's a beautiful thing to start reflecting on and start digging deep inside of yourself and finding out, I wonder what that's all about. How have I shown up in the past? What have I done in the past? What am I doing now? What can I do now? How do I show up to help? I don't need to show up just for me anymore.
Exactly. Getting back into the age of Aquarian energy about sharing and community and reconnecting with the one. Finding out we are part of the one.
We are part of the one. And we do need to take care of ourselves, so that by taking care of ourselves, it magnifies out and helps others to take care of themselves. And you can show up in your full on being you to be the help that's needed, or be the assistance, or be the service, whatever it is, however it shows up. If it's just sending water, the 528 hertz frequency, the water for a couple of minutes like we did, or however long we wanted to do it, these past from July the 20th to the 31st. I have my clients, I would always recommend during that time period to be sure to put on the 528 hertz music and sleep with it. Put it on and sleep with it at night and see how you do, because our body, like we discussed before, is so much water. And I had some of them say, I couldn't sleep all night with that. I couldn't sleep. And I said, well, there's different melodies that go with that frequency. So go to YouTube or somewhere and search around and find a melody that is calming for you to sleep with, instead of one that's going to constantly be ringing a bell or doing a tinging thing or something that's keeping you awakened. So that works really well. So I just wanted to share that. If you're still using the 528 hertz frequency, which is awesome. There's
Use
several,
one for meditation and for sleep, yes.
there's several different ones.
There are,
So,
because I've been playing some during the day in order to just help me, create the energy and send it out to my vortex and the vortex in the house so that it can still keep on radiating. But I want to keep on being able to do my work, dusting, doing the dishes, etc. So I don't want to have the sleepy time music. So
yes.
it'll create the energetics that I want here in the home.
So do you want me to show you what cards I drew today about the moon?
Why, sure.
So the first one was this number 16. And 1 is 6 is 7. And it says full moon, which is what's happening. And it's about power. Imagine that. And this is the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck by Stacy Demarco. I kind of like her stuff, actually.
Pictures are beautiful.
Aren't they pretty? There is a power statement for each one of these. And this power statement is, affirmation, I guess we could call it, or a self-healing thought to impress upon your inner core. Okay. I have power. It is real. I have power. It is real. And what it says here, step into your true power, shine brightly. Do not hide who and what you are. The time is right to attract big things for yourself. Ancestral energy is important. Open your mind to larger possibilities. Big magic can be wrought. And just in my head came 135 million years. Hello, 135 million years. What kind of power do you actually really think you have? No, it's real, and no, you have a buildup. It's a momentum buildup of amazing power. So that's this one.
Very nice.
You have something you want to say about that one, or do you want me to go on?
Well, that's what I believe that a lot of people are discovering about themselves, is that they are in a powerful moment. They're using their power in that moment, and the aha is happening for them. So that from that point on, they're moving in that energy of action, of being in the power of allowing themselves to go ahead and be courageous and move forward with their plans instead of just waiting there, waiting for the universe to bring something to them. They're actually making it happen. So again, it goes back to the one single thing that we've heard a lot of times during our life is God helps those who help themselves.
Exactly.
So again, move into your action so that the spiritual help and the energetic help can come to you as you move into this by using your own power.
We keep going to that word action, which brings us to the Carnelian. Oops, let me get my ISIS thing. The Carnelian showed up today. And so Lisa was looking up Carnelian. So we have a little bit to share with you about Carnelian, and I'll get back to these moon cards. But since action is the thing, Lisa, talk about what Carnelian is.
Yeah.
Hello, guys.
Hi, puppy.
Yeah, they're in here with me. They think they need to protect.
Oh, that's good. Yes. All right. So the Carnelian, again, the key words on that one is courage, vitality, sexuality, and action. The element is fire, and the chakras that the Carnelian helps is the root, the sexual. So I'm back in my favorite book by Robert Simmons and Naisha Ahsian. Anyway, so I like
So
to
will you read, Lisa,
Naisha.
will you read that again, because it kind of shut off a little bit?
Okay.
Read not that part, the part about Carnelian,
Okay, good. So,
what it's for,
sure will.
keywords and things like that.
Yes, the keywords. Okay. All right, keywords are courage, vitality, sexuality, confidence, and action.
There you go. And then what else did you say after that?
The element is fire, and the chakras are the root chakra, the sexual creative second chakra, and the solar plexus third chakra.
Okay. And didn't we work with grounding and those chakras when we were bringing in the actual intention to work with the water at the 528 hertz?
Yes, we did.
Brought in some stones for that. So that's all tying in beautifully.
It is, yes. So,
Okay, so anything else there?
yeah, I'll just read this here a little bit. Carnelian is a powerful ally to call upon when one needs to take a major action. It lends courage to take the leap and dedicate oneself to the new path. Carnelian can assist those who procrastinate or are unable to decide on a course of action. When used in meditation, it can help you understand how to bring a concept into being. So, it is helpful in the manifestation work due to its ability to stimulate one's take actions towards one goal. That is so cool. The saying, God helps those who help themselves, describes the energy of the Carnelian beautifully. It encourages one to stop waiting for one's dreams to appear and instead begin to direct one's own experiences as channels for the divine will. Good.
Nice.
Excellent.
Nice.
So you can manifest. That's what we're doing. We're manifesting. And again, sometimes our results aren't immediate. We have to be patient. We have to be patient with that. Saint Germain likes us to be patient a lot.
We do, and we'll come back to that. I have something to talk to you about that on another card here. But let me, out of my book here, for the Carnelian, because I am wearing the therapeutic sphere Carnelian gemstones. It says, wear this if you are experiencing lack of inspiration or enthusiasm for life, pessimism or depression. Oh, look at that pretty carnelian rose shape you have. It's gorgeous.
Yes.
The depressive effects of a traumatic experience or loss. That's what a lot of us are feeling right now is what's happening. Mental fog, low energy or sluggishness, which falls right in line with the depressive effects of a traumatic experience. Emotional extremes, onset of an acute infectious illness, such as cold or flu, frequent colds, especially with swollen glands, any unwanted condition of the immune, endocrine, or lymphatic systems, hormonal imbalance, chronic fatigue syndrome, or fibromyalgia. So if any of those things are bothering you, you need to get your hands on some carnelian. And this is what, get carnelian if you want to experience greater optimism, vitality, and joy in living. Support your immune system. I say yay.
Yay.
Support the resolution of a hormonal imbalance, so it comes in line. Increase your mental clarity. Have extra support during a cleansing or detoxification program. And all of those are actions. Move into inspired action, which is awesome. So I want to go to one of these cards. Is that all right? Another card. So I'm going to put these two together. This is the other card that drew on its own, number 43. And it's about the unexpected. Now, this happens to be for the blue moon, but we're not experiencing the blue moon right now, but we are experiencing the unexpected. And the motivational thought for this one is, I trust in myself and in life. So that's important right now too, because a lot of people are doubting themselves way too much. So no matter how well you plan, there is always room for the unexpected to occur. Build your resilience, as rare occurrences can happen. A visitor you have not seen in a long time may re-enter your life. So it's really interesting about unexpected, and that visitor can come in many different forms. So it could be a thought that surfaces that you needed to heal. That's could be an unexpected visitor. It's kind of like, oh, crud, where'd that come from? So the other part I wanted to share, though, is this one. This is actually the one for this moon. Let me find the number here. The Sturgeon Moon. And this card says it's the green corn moon. And it's about patience. So basically we have power, the unexpected, and patience. And the statement for patience is, I take my time to enjoy the journey. And what it says is, enjoy the journey, not just the destination. Boy, I used to be really bad like that. I got to get from A. If I'm going to B, I'm going to go from A to B as quick as I can. It's kind of like I was on automatic pilot. All between that, I have no idea what happened. And when someone finally said stop, it's not about you getting there. It's the journey that you took. It's like, oh, okay, deep philosophical stuff. Okay, let's think about that. So enjoy the journey, not just the destination. The time has come to learn patience and avoid the lure of instant gratification. Slow down, take your time. Things are happening. You just can't see it. You just can't see it yet.
Right.
Be loving and patient with your body. And that was card number 36, which comes out to be a 9. So it's a lot of information, and I know you have a lot to talk about.
Yes, again, you know, the journey. Enjoy watching your crop grow. We have this moon that's all about crops. And it's not about harvesting the crops. It's about watching them grow, nurturing that, giving it the sustenance that it needs, the water that it needs, the nutrients that it needs, etc. And just projecting your love out there. Like the last one of the videos where we talked about the Celestine prophecies and about the energy that we send out. Again, we can radiate that energy out to our crop, whatever our crop is, and again, nurture it so that it grows and we can witness that growing. I got a little farm down the road. She has 3 big flower beds, vegetable beds, and I just love all summer watching her crop grow and trying to figure out what it is. You know, the cauliflower you can tell, the broccoli you can tell, and then it's just amazing to watch the tomatoes come up and the watermelons that she starts and the squashes. So, and just to watch these things get bigger and bigger from a plain dirt bed into this nurtured and well cared for garden of delightful food that she's going to have that will nurture her body in the very close future. And the grandkids, I love it when I see her grandkids out there, you know, picking the weeds and taking away the dead leaves off the plants and that, and again, assisting in that nurturing of the crop.
And here's the thing, when you're saying that, it reminds me of the law of attraction teachings that we've had for years and years and years and years. When you plant a seed, which is a positive thought, you don't pick it up and look at it every day to see how it's growing and put it back. There's where the patience comes in. There's where the ability to let it be evolve on its own comes in. And it's not about instant gratification. And the grandchildren out there picking the weeds and picking off the leaves around that are sapping its nutrition that the actual plant needs, is wonderful. They're not going out there and picking up the whole thing and going, are you done yet?
Right, exactly.
It's important to realize that we do that in all different things in our lives. Like we expect a miraculous thing to happen for us in a healing or in abundance or in anything. And so we put the thought out there and then we go, are you done yet? Well, did you plant the seed and actually water it and nourish it and give it, you know, continued water and love and nourishment, knowing that it's going to grow? It doesn't need you controlling it. It's about, you know, what all are you controlling? Are you controlling things that are not helping you really? Are you controlling and activating your patience, your understanding, your love? You're letting things flow in the water. Water flows. Water flows easy. It can be pretty rapid, but we're in this flow of tolerance, and what's happening behind the scenes of the water and under the ground for the plant is happening. We just don't know it yet. And I want to speak to that for what all is going on throughout this planet, this system right now, with what we're experiencing with all the static that's happening. There's a lot going on that we just don't see it yet. So how are you going to react? How are you going to let yourself be in the flow with water and let that plant go ahead and grow? Or are you going to keep yanking it up and throwing it away and start over? And yank up and throw away and start over. Good luck with that. Okay, that was supposed to come through gently.
Of course, you know. So again, and being mindful of what we're doing, you know, being mindful that we have to put our energy and thoughts towards the growth of our desires, our inspirations. So, you know, and Saint Germain is really prevalent in my life. He's showed up 3 times this week with clients, which has been amazing. Again, how he wants to work with people. And again, that patience really resonates with Saint Germain, because as we ask Saint Germain to be our ally in our quest and our discovery of our own powers, we can ask him to be of service to us. And when we ask him and we give him our request, we have to not micromanage him. We have to not let go of the control of that request and that whole idea, because him being an alchemist, he's going to bring all of the pieces and the parts together and bring them to us so that we can manifest the whole. But we have to allow him to work for us. So we have to be patient. We have to let go of control of the situation. We've made our request. We're going to let the unseens bring to us what we need, and we can be busy enjoying nurturing our crops or our other inspirations while we're waiting for that request to be fulfilled. So again, patience really ties in again with when you are asking your angels and guides and ascended masters for assistance, that you allow them to have the time to create what you need and to bring it into your realm. So,
and in that waiting is the knowing it is going to happen.
That's right.
It is going to appear. It is, you act as if it has already showed up for you. That's very, very, very important, because you don't try to control your breathing every day. You know it's going to happen. You don't try to control your blood running through your body every day. You know it's going to happen. So you put your thought on what it is, what you're working with Saint Germain, what you're working for yourself, and you just need to know it's going to happen. So Lisa, I know you have a beautiful thing from Saint Germain. Can you share that?
Yes, I will. And again, knowing that it's going to happen and allowing it to happen in its own way. our minds like to put it in its own little categories, and it's going to come to me exactly like this, and it doesn't. It comes from here, it comes from there, it comes from all over, and voila, you trip over and fall over everything that you needed. You see,
Art,
because it
art
didn't come in the
comes,
order that you thought it needed to come in,
yeah.
or the color, or the way it should have arrived. You know, you discount it, but again, Saint Germain won't let you do that. He will put it back in your face again. He'll make you trip over and fall over it one more time, so that you do put your attention on the thing that is exactly what you are needing. So
the most problematic thing that I've noticed is we as humans expect it to happen within our time frame.
yes,
We set a time limit on it, and we want it to happen. We want it to happen in that time frame. Now, how much control is being released?
yeah,
The divine to take care of it for you when you do that. So you put it out there and then you hang on to it. You put it out there and then you hang on to it. Well, that ain't going to work so well. You have to put it out there and go, okay, yeah, I'm ready for when it shows up, it's going to show up. Could be 20 years from now, but no, it showed up.
Right.
Okay, Lisa.
Yeah, and it's always in perfect timing, you know, again, the thought processes. So again, in the book, The Violet Flame, which is talks about Saint Germain, his journey on his physical path here on Earth, and that. And Saint Germain was an alchemist, and there were a lot of people. He's lived over 600 years, and he had a lot of different names through his lifetimes here. And a lot of people tried to disprove that he was in the hierarchy, the rich element of the human beings, because they couldn't figure out where his money came from. But so he shouldn't be living with the kings and the archdiocese and in the royalty of the world, because he doesn't have a background of money. But Saint Germain knew how to take all of the elements and create gold. So therefore, he always had the money that he needed to move through time and to do the things that he needed to get done. And or for him to allow the money to go to other people who may have requested the money to make good things happen. So being an alchemist and knowing how to put all of the correct elements together, pressurize it, and add exactly what it needs to create gold, that's what he did. And he taught others to do that for him, so that he didn't have to spend the time to do it. He would just have the money waiting for him somewhere on his journey. So he could create what he needed by the energy of the money. And so in this book is the little saying that you ask Saint Germain for his help when you are in need. Okay. So when I share it all the time, because people don't realize we're our biggest roadblock. We're our biggest wall in front of our path. So by helping us move that out of the way, Saint Germain can create that action and that flow that we're seeking. And once the first event happens where you receive what you've asked for from him, then it's so much easier to keep on asking. And then I have people say, well, I ask him all the time. I says, well, there's really no limit. You know, it's not like, you know, you can only have 5 requests a week, Lisa. I can have as many as I need to make things happen.
Yes, because we are unlimited beings of light.
And so there is no limit to asking your angels and guides and ascended masters to help you. They're ready and they're waiting, but you have to ask them. They don't do anything for you until you ask. They have to be allowing us to be the free will soul that we are. So ask, and don't worry about if it's too much or too many. Okay.
Right.
So
it's because they're so honorable. The energy of the beautiful divine ascended masters is so honorable. It's like you ask is the same as somebody coming to your house to visit you. You not knowing they're going to show up. They just don't walk in and sit down and start visiting you. You open the door and invite them in. So it's the same as asking for them. You inviting their energy here with you to help you, to come in, sit down and share dinner with you. or you're going to their house and they're sharing their dinner with you. It's ask. Same as inviting.
Right.
Okay.
Good. Yeah. So again, it's something I say a lot. I teach people a lot. I remind people a lot that already know it, but they haven't utilized it for whatever their goal is that they're creating right now. Right, Madeline?
Yes.
Being reminded.
Yes.
Okay. So again, with Saint Germain, you're going to get yourself in a quiet place for a few moments and bring in the energy of the violet flame. Okay. When you do so, you are again creating the energy for this Ascended Master to come in and spend the time with you. And again, it's just thinking about being in a beautiful violet flame and allowing your energies to interact with each other. So again, I always move into this energy with love and with gratitude. Okay, being grateful that your requests are going to be received by you in a very short period of time. So again, be in that energy of gratitude. So as you're visiting with Saint Germain, and I encourage everybody to go and look at his beautiful, beautiful face. He's got beautiful eyes, and this way you know who you are giving your request to. Okay, because I want you in this request, you're going to be seeing your request being handed by your hands and placed into his hands. Okay, so it's always nice to have a beautiful face to look at, okay, while you do that. So while I'm in this nice space of just being calm and centered, grounded in, and I ask for a very specific or a very general need. Don't get too specific unless you really think you have to be specific. Okay. So, but I say, Saint Germain, Saint Germain, here I stand and call your name. Please show me the alchemy to bring the money right to me. And then I send out that gratitude that my request is already completed and on its way. I picture my request at a beautiful spirit orb of light, and I hand it over to him, place it in his hands, and then I let him know how grateful I am that he's going to bring all the alchemy together to create what I need. And then I bless him, send love energy to him, and I know I'm complete. And then I try not to control or micromanage my request. I just allow it to come in because he's an ascended master. He already knows all the alchemy that's going to create this. So I don't need to go back in there and say, oh, by the way, I need it to be this. Okay. He already knows that. Okay. He's going to bring you the highest, what's going to work for your highest good. So don't micromanage it. Just let it go. Okay. Put it out there in the realm. Oh, Saint Germain, I'd like to have it be of this type. Okay. And that's it. That's all. Okay. He'll fish it out for you. And again, just wait to see how the universe starts lining up all of the things that are needed to make your request happen. And again, there's no time frame. You can't put it in a time frame. But I do tell people that if you need money by the 1st of the month or the 15th of the month, that you make your request before those days. So again, the alchemy can happen for you. So.
And what I'm seeing is you hand this beautiful orb over to Saint Germain, your request. And then you bless him and thank him. And then you go about your business. And you don't become an Indian giver. You don't go, oh, by the way, let me have that back. Yeah. Once you've given that over, gift that over to him, he's going to gift you in his way. You don't have to take it back and, readjust it and then give it again. It's kind of like, But you can ask for something else. You can ask over and over many things as much as you want to.
That's right.
That's not. And so what was that you was sharing with us, that Saint Germain, the Violet Flame book?
Yes, the Violet Flame.
Do you know who the author of that book is?
No, I was looking for it before we started class. And again, it's like in the realm of, it's right in front of my face, but I can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
So
What color is this book? And how large is it?
the book cover is purple. Okay.
Mhm.
And it does say The Violet Flame, The Life or the Adventures of Saint Germain.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nice. So they can just look for that.
Mm-hmm.
The Violet Flame, The Adventures of Saint Germain.
That's correct.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So then you'll get the history behind him. And again, as we've been told over history, you know, they try to make bad things out of good people. And
Yes.
he always did good. Okay. He created
Yeah.
money so that he could give it to poor. He created money so that he could give it to the churches. He gave money. He created money so that he could give it so that it could be used for a higher good for human beings. He didn't make money to utilize it himself.
And the reason that we're talking and focusing on money is because we are still in this 3D realm on this planet, and money is what the exchange is that we need to be able to sustain ourselves. In other dimensions, it's not such a focus on money. But in this now time that we're in with this planet, it is what we need to actually survive. So that's why he's showing up to help us with in the money realm. He can help. He also helps in the health realm, you know, and relationship.
Again,
and
that could be a blank word. It could be, please show me the alchemy to bring the living quarters right to me, to bring me the vehicle, the transportation right to me. You see, it doesn't have to be money. It can be what it is, a specific thing. You see,
that you need.
That you need. So that word does not have to be money.
It could be something as why are y'all showing me that?
Yeah.
Requesting that the right dentist shows up for you if you need to go have something done, any dental work done, or the right
veterinarian,
are the right place to shop for getting the shoes that you need for certain things that are going on with you. You can make it whatever you need it to be. Saint Germain is non-judgmental. He is there to make sure that you understand everything is available for you no matter what. You just have to ask for it. You have to plant the seed. You have to nurture it, let it grow, and be patient and expect an unexpected gift.
That's right. And it's always in the perfect timing. Always.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Wow, that feels good.
It does. And I always feel so filled up with the same love and gratitude that I try to radiate out when I'm interacting with Saint Germain. And as I, again, thank him for taking on my request and gifting it back to me, I take that little piece of that violet flame and I put it in my heart and I carry it with me so that way I can do his work as well when I touch other people's lives, you see. So
that's perfect. That's beautiful.
Right. So
wonderful.
You know, I went to a little fair. I went to a little fair not too long ago, and I was participating in my own little booth, and there was a gal across the way that had some beautiful jewelry, and you could tell that this jewelry she found in other places than in the brand new shops. Okay, she found them in the antique stores or the thrift stores, or you know, the clothing stores that take on the secondhand clothes, etc. But she loved up the energies of all of these rings and necklaces and that. And her main thing was amber. And I loved all the rings that she had out of amber and the citrine and stuff. And I walked over there and looked at her goods, and then I walked away saying, oh, I didn't bring my money to spend, right? I only brought enough money for lunch, you know. And what was wrong with me, you know? Why didn't I bring more money? But I just said I didn't need money for the day, right? And so then, you know, I go back and I sit down, and it's like there's this piece of amber. It's a square, it's a lobe, you know, sterling silver cage, and it's like, oh my God, I can't get my mind off of this thing, right? It's like,
Yes.
I really need to have that. So I go over there and talk to her about it again. And she can't take anything but PayPal. And I says, oh, I don't have PayPal on my phone. So it's like, this is not working. I says, well, I hope this is still here by the end of the day. And sure enough, it was there by the end of the day. And I told her, I says, I live 5 miles away. I will be right back. I was back before she had her booth taken down and things put away. So I got my necklace, and I got this other gemstone. It looks like a garnet. So I'll have to have it investigated, but I'm pretty sure it's a garnet. And again, I just loved all her stuff. And, I walk away with $70 worth of merchandise, and she kept trying to discount it because, she's closing up. I said, do not discount this stuff. I said, I understand what you're doing, but the prices you have are already really good.
Yeah. Yes.
And I don't mind giving you what you have already put the energetic
Yes.
thing and money value on it, And she just looked at me like, wow, this is so cool, so. And so here I am. I got my beautiful new pieces, and I exchanged the money for it. But just the love, that she had for all this jewelry and how she displayed it and cared for it was just like, I love this, I says, you're doing this right. And she goes, good, because I've been trying, that she's new at doing the booth thing. And so.
What's so interesting is that piece obviously was yours, or it wouldn't have been there at the end of the day.
Yes, exactly.
It was how nobody else was drawn to it. It wasn't for anyone but for you.
Yeah, and the sacred geometry of it was what was really cool, the geometry that was in there. So
nice.
Yes, very cool. And again, you got to be strange like me and like those funky looking platonic solids or platonic solids. Yeah.
A few words getting scrambled in there.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Well, we are like that, or we wouldn't be no one that would be watching this channel if they weren't like that.
Exactly. But I really like it. From last week's post, onto YouTube, I had people call me or text me and stuff saying, hey, I've been listening to the 528 hertz. And then I look back at, when they said they started a couple of months ago.
Yes.
They started listening to the music. They started, and I said, this is so cool that it's in other people's realms.
Yes.
And I love it because they're getting the benefit of it. She says her arthritis is subsiding. The other health issues that she has are going away because she's listening to this music. She's allowing the 528 hertz to regenerate and recreate her cellular structure.
I have to agree. I've had several people say the same thing, but also I just want to share that I think I mentioned before that my older dog here is a lab mix, and she's like 10 plus years, and she's been on her last few breaths. Every day we would wake up and think that she wasn't going to wake up again, and we didn't put her down and out because that's not what she was requesting. And I kept speaking with you, Lisa, as to what was she saying, how is she doing. She wasn't in any unbearable pain, she's happy. And so we shifted some energy from her and set up another portal, and she was in this 528 hertz frequency of music all night with me and throughout the day, many days. And the only water, when she drank water, was with that energetics of 528. And she has taken a turn, and she's now eating. She's putting weight back on. She's not so weak. She's getting up and walking around. She's very alert. She's like, what else are we going to do today? Which was not where she was. She was like bone with hair on it. So now she's building up her stamina again, and it's kind of like, that's a pretty great healing, because she's decided to stay. She doesn't need to go. And I'm so excited that she's still here. It's like and the intense work for those days from the 20th to now brought all of this into the realization of there is some stuff that needed to be healed, cleared off, changed. Not saying it's all bad. It's
Right.
just needed to be
Move away.
shifted, needed to be shifted. And then she started healing. So I'm grateful for all of that. It's just beautiful when you can look back and see different things. So not only does it work for humans, it really works for your animals.
That's right. And that's what we had encouraged everyone to do, was to create the water for their fur babies. And give them a few drops to an ounce every day, and allow them to be in the music so that they are part of the healing that's going on, the regeneration that's going on in the DNA. So
yes.
They love it. They want to be with us longer. They don't want to have these health issues.
And that's what I played. The most music I played for her, just for her, was the regeneration, restructuring the DNA, the healing health, instead of just the others that we had. And she's blissfully happy now, and so am I.
Yes, exactly.
So that's interesting. So I wanted to share that.
And that's what we need. That's what we need to. There's confirmation right there that what is unseen to us is still working for us.
Exactly. My sister and I we're just amazed. It's kind of like, well, I mean, I had to help lift her up to get her to go 2 steps because she was so far down. And now it's kind of like, I look up and she's standing right over here beside me, or she's walking around and doing something else. It's like, wait a minute, did you need me to help you get up? I guess not. So it's nice.
It is very nice.
So anything else we need to cover?
Let's see here. Looking around at my big notes here. Again, you're needed as a light worker. We need you side by side with us, energetically putting out the love energy and lovingly doing your work so that we can continue on our ascension path with the quantum entanglement of this frequency of the 528 hertz. Please go in and investigate the other Solfeggio frequencies and see what else will help you with what's going on. If you're depressed, or you have a lot of fear and anxiety, or whatever else you need, Somebody else the other day, I was talking to them and working with their dogs, and she said, I've been doing the 552 frequency. I says, outstanding, She goes, now she's going to turn her energy towards the 528. So again, wonderful, wonderful progress can be made when we just put these frequencies in our realm and understand that our body's going to respond. Our bodies are going to respond to it.
Well, we've covered that on some of our previous videos too, the different frequencies and what they do. And also, of course, suggested that you research on that yourself. It's time for you to do the work. We can offer support, and we can offer a guidance and whatever comes through. But if you get inspired with anything that you're hearing from us, you're to step up and do your part of the work. And we do need you. I had a client the other day ask me, well, am I a light worker? And I'm like, okay, so you have an interest in stones, you have an interest in the Ascended Masters, you have an interest in health and healing in holistic ways, you have an interest in the planet. Why are you questioning that you're a light worker? You definitely are a light worker, and you're already been playing the 528 megahertz frequency for a month prior to us talking. So yes. So a lot of you may not really recognize yourself by that terminology as a light worker. Just know that you are a light being that has come in a human form to this planet to step up and shine your light in connection with your brothers and sisters that are light beings too.
Mm-hmm.
and just to really, really be connected support, because the more of us that are together, the stronger the energy goes to help elevate everyone.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Very nice.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Lisa,
Yes.
I think we're about finished. I know we've gone
Yeah.
over time
But I
a
want
little.
to give everybody some homework, Madeline. You know,
Oh, good.
I kind of expressed to you that the fractal time has
Yes.
showed up again. Okay.
Yes.
So, and again, there's a lot of synchronicities to what we've been talking about for weeks and today. But I want everybody to start doing some investigating themselves and look up the fractal time.
Mm-hmm.
This is by Gregg Braden. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And again, it began in 2012 when he started helping people realize
Yes.
what's going on.
Right.
And so I would like to put it out there that everybody ask and be an investigator of fractal time. So next week when we have our call and we share this with everybody, they already may have some pre-knowledge of how fractal time has been working for them and is now really prevalent in their life, and will be more prevalent if they just put their attention on it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's positive things that we are steering you toward to put your attention on,
Mm-hmm.
instead of what you hear across the news and across everything else.
That's right.
Because that's a lower frequency vibration, and that will pull you energetically in a place of sadness and upsetness and despair, which doesn't support you as a light worker.
Exactly.
It doesn't support you as a beautiful divine human being of light. Whether you recognize you're a light worker or not, you are a human being carrying the spark of the divine inside of you, which is a light spark.
Yes.
So work toward the ideas that we are sharing with you.
Mm-hmm.
If you put your intentions and your thoughts on that more than the other, you will feel a shift within you, within your family unit, within everything that reflects around you, that will be, oh, they're taking me back to this card.
Mm-hmm.
That will be the unexpected,
Mm-hmm.
the unexpected power that shows up for you through patience.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how's that?
Yeah. Cool. Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Okay.
I'd like to share with you the first paragraph in Gregg Braden's book.
Please.
Okay. We are living the end of time.
Yes.
Not the end of the world, but the end of a world age. A 5,125-year cycle of time. Oh, I just got shivers.
Yep, me too.
And the way we have known the world throughout that time. The present world age beginning in 3,114 BC will end in AD 2012.
Mm-hmm.
So he's talking about the age of Pisces.
Yes.
And the birth of the age of Aquarius. Okay. Because the end of everything also marks the beginning of what comes next. We are also living the start of what follows the end of time, the next world age, which ancient traditions call the Great Cycle.
Yeah.
So, again, you'll love this book. You'll love what the meanings come out of it for you. You'll love to understand the numbers. When Madeline and I talk about numbers, there's so much more that far reaches, just that it's numbered. It's with number 36, which equals 9.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go to fractal time and find out what 9 means. Let's find out what cycle you are in. What is your number this year? What is 2012's number for you? And that may give you a guideline of why you're struggling or why your struggles ended.
Yes.
Now things are flourishing for you. Again,
Yes.
this is just an amazing way to look at how things are in a cycle for you, whether you're in a 7-year cycle or a 4-year cycle. How are things being created for you that, again, you don't have to worry about controlling, but you have to learn how to take action in the cycles, how to create what you want. So here we are, back with action.
Yeah.
Yep.
Carnelian.
Exactly.
It all rounds back around, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Beautiful. And
So,
okay. And there, I'm being led to show you my violet flame, violet coloring of Buddha, of Maitreya.
mm-hmm,
I have a purple Maitreya. Like,
there you go.
it's part of the violet flame energy, part of the violet flame work.
Yes.
So,
And I have my Super 7 that's in the flame shape.
yes.
I love that one. Yep.
Yes. Okay, Lisa. This has been great.
It has. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I hope you find some inspiration. And again, I want your spirits to be lifted up when you start doing this research. And I so enjoy visiting with you when we're doing this, because our angels and guides always tell us we're too serious, but we love the energy. We love what we talk about. And it's so great sharing with everyone.
Yes. And we hope you're getting benefit from it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of benefit from it.
Exactly.
And if it's something that's not an understanding you have just yet, let it sit with you.
Yes, exactly.
It'll be there for when you're ready for it.
That's right.
Okay.
And then contact me if you have been searching for Super 7 and you haven't found your piece. Or in other words, your piece has not found you. I have about 30 exquisite pieces of raw Super 7. That would be in crystalline form instead of tumbled or smooth. And just let me know. We'll get you your 7 so that you can do
So
the work.
I think they can reach you on your Facebook page.
Yeah, I got my
and they can a message. They can send you a message on your Facebook.
Exactly.
Okay, perfect. And if you're having trouble reaching to her and maybe it hasn't gone through to her or something, let me know. And I'll
get you connected.
Yeah, I'll get you connected. Exactly. Okay.
All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Love you. Love you. See you next week. Bye for now.
Bye now.